Welcome! Today we're keeping your portraits young at art. No pun intended. Children can be so much fun to draw and make for great gifts for nieces, nephews, grandchildren, and more. However, they can be a bit tricky to draw correctly. Portions of children's face is very different from an adult's face. So let's break it down on this video and show you step by step how to draw a child. Alright, it's now time to draw the line between kids and grown-ups. Let's start with this experiment. I'm going to draw 4 heads, and I want you to follow along and try to guess which head looks most like an adult and which one looks most like a child. Number 1, we have just a regular circle and a jaw coming down a normal size height of the jaw, and about a normal size nose and a normal size lips, and we have eyebrows and the eyes just normal size as well. So go ahead and let me know what you think, adult or child. Number 2, circle again a normal size length of the jaw. This time I've drawn a much smaller nose and a much smaller lips. I've also drawn the eyes much bigger, and the ears are bigger as well. So go ahead and let me know or take a mental note. What do you think? Adults or child? Number 3, circle again. Now I'm drawing the jaw, not a normal height, but very much smaller, much shorter jaw. Large ears, small, narrow nose, small, narrow lips, normal to large size eyebrows and eyes. Number 4, again, a circle, very short jaw, small, narrow lips and nose, eyes, light eyebrows, large ears. This time I'm drawing a little fatter cheeks coming out from the jaw. Now we've drawn the 4 heads. I'm going to do another experimentation now to the head number 3. I'm going to give this person a nose bridge. Now, how old do you think this person is? Still a child? Head number 4, the same thing. We can see that adding a nose bridge instantly ages the portrait, especially on number 4. The answers are number 1, adult or mature adult. Number 2 would be like a young adult, or I guess an adult with cuter features. Number 3 would be a child. And number 4 would be even smaller child, like an infant or a toddler. So you can see pretty drastically how just changing the length of the jaw, shorter or longer, and adjusting certain features like the size of the eyes and the size of the nose and the lips can instantly give you the suggestion of older or younger person. Number 1, we have an adult eye. Drawing about a normal size iris, normal size pupil, Adding some shading to the eyeball, making the eyeball less white. Applying dark shadow under the eye and above the eye, indicating depth to the eye. Pressing heavier on the pencil to give it more darkness, definition. All right, number 2, we have the other eye, which is the children's eye. Making the iris much, much bigger. And just lightly defining the upper eyelids. Very few eyelashes. Light eyelashes. Very round, bigger eyes. Children have less of a brow ridge, very minimal. So you're gonna see a lot less shadow around the eye. Obviously less wrinkles and under eye darkness around the eyes. Children also have very pure whites in their eye compared to adults. For the eyebrows, I've defined it a lot on the number 1 eye, adding a lot of shape, definition, darkness to the eyebrow. For eye number 2 eyebrow, I'm putting very light marks, almost non-existent eyebrows. Just very suggestive little hairs. Very light pencil mark. Let's now move on to the nose. Number 1, we have an adult nose. So I'm just drawing the bottom of the nose first. I'm gonna put normal size nostrils and shading in for the nose bridge that goes above and connects up to the eyebrows. As we grow, our nose lengthens and projects forward, which creates this shadow for the nose bridge, creating more edge and definition, more angular shape. So children have like these cute little button nose, and the same can be done for adults as well. You can still have a cute button nose for adults, but the biggest difference is that children don't have as much shading or as definition for the nose bridge, and their nose is not as long. So their nose has not grown very long. And in this case, we don't really draw the definition of the nose bridge as much as we do for adults. But let's actually put this to practice and start drawing this child from scratch. So I have a girl here. She's about 5 years old, I think, and she's got really big, cute eyes, big irises you can see, and cute button nose. So I start with a circle and I'm drawing the jaw. As you can see, the jaw's quite short. I'm just drawing a light button nose, quite narrow lips. I've actually drawn her lips a lot narrower just to kind of emphasize the childlike features. And in this example, I've also drawn her eyes, I think, a lot bigger than in the photo, but that's okay. It's again, emphasizing the features of the child. Doesn't have to be exactly like the photo. And we can emphasize some of these childlike features to give even more of an impression of a child. With the big eyes here, it almost looks like a Corpse Bride, Disney's Corpse Bride. And that's kind of a cool effect if you're going for something like that. This girl, she looks pretty serious. It's not often you'll get too many serious photos of children like this. She looks quite mature, even though she's probably only 4 or 5. She looks very mature for her age. Quite serious, like maybe she's been through a lot. And I think that makes the portrait interesting, gives it more personality. Then I'm going to be erasing a lot in these demonstrations. I might end up erasing and redrawing the eyes 7 times or so, and that's okay. It's alright to erase as many times as you need to. Each time that I redraw the eyes or the nose, I'm learning something new about it and figuring out ways to correct it. So redrawing, going over your features over and over again is just a learning process, and really there's nothing wrong with making these mistakes. Previously, when I was just kind of getting into drawing and didn't draw like too often, a few years ago, I used to give up on some stuff. Like I could tell that it was off, something was wrong with it. I would usually give up after redrawing it a couple times. And I think that was because I would just literally not know how to fix it. And nowadays I don't do that. I continue and I continue and I continue to keep drawing something 7 times over, as many times as I need to until I'm happy with it. And I think this is a reflection of not only like persistence, but also just experience over time and teaching yourself to pick up when issues are there and using your intuition to fix things. All this kind of comes over time and doesn't happen instantly. But for me to redraw something multiple times over, like the nose or the lips, it's really not a big deal. So I hope that's encouraging for you guys not to give up on drawing and to keep trying. Just know that over time you're going to get better and better, and it's not going to feel as frustrating. Or if you can't figure out what's wrong with your drawing, you will eventually get there. You just need to practice more. And I chose a much younger age. So I think this little boy is maybe 2 years old. And I wanted to choose this one because I wanted to show the difference between a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. So there is a pretty huge difference between the features. Some similarities, but a lot of differences as well. 2-year-olds, 1-year-olds, toddlers, infants, much harder to draw compared to a little older children. I think because when they're so young, their features are very unobvious, much less obvious, much different. And their features are very, very subtle. So a lot of emphasis will be placed on the light shading of the cheeks and just lightly defining the nose and all the pieces and almost non-existent eyebrows and very just subtle shading to capture an infant or a toddler. I also wanted to choose this photo because I'm going to show you some example of how to draw the teeth. So in most pictures of children, they are definitely going to be showing their teeth or their teeth that are growing. Like I said, it's not too often you're going to get like a super serious photo of a kid. They're usually having a blast or having fun or being goofs. So if you just leave the teeth white in the smile, it's going to look like they have full grown teeth, which is just weird. Our teeth do not Our adult teeth start coming in, I think, around age 7 and don't finish completely until age 13, I believe. So if you draw a full mouth of teeth on a 2-year-old, it's just going to be whack. So you do want to, often I don't define the teeth as much in my drawings, but with children, you really do want to draw some subtlety of teeth, like their unfinished teeth. Maybe they have buck teeth, they have little crooked teeth from their baby teeth, and capturing that smile is really going to be important. And when I draw the smile, I'm really focusing on the teeth, the negative space inside of the mouth, very bottom of the teeth. And you see the darkness at the corners of the smile. I'm really paying attention to the dark parts at the corner and really making that dark, because this is going to showcase a smile. The darker it is, the more it appears that he's smiling. The teeth are really just a subtle bottom. I don't even bother with the gums. And just mainly focusing on the main front teeth. By the way, for both of these portraits, they took me about 15 minutes each. I've sped it up for the purposes of the YouTube video. Here's the final 2 portraits. We have a 5-year-old and a toddler or 2-year-old. So I also have this convenient chart here just to give you as a reference. And now that you know how to apply these features to make your portrait look more childish, you can apply these same understanding to adults as well. For example, bigger eyes on an adult or bigger irises can give your adult more of a childlike appearance. And fatter cheeks as well, applying to adults, can still give your adult more of a youthful look to them. I'm so excited to now jump into painting, and I'll see you guys in the next sketch session. Please like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this. Now go off and make some tiny humans on paper.